Robert Redford, the legendary actor, director, and champion of independent cinema, has passed away at the age of 89. His publicist confirmed that he died peacefully in his sleep on September 16, 2025, at his cherished Sundance home in the Utah mountains, surrounded by loved ones. Known for his classic looks, strawberry blonde hair, and his ability to captivate audiences both on and off screen, Redford's remarkable career spanned over 6 decades. During that time, he earned 2 Academy Awards, 5 Golden Globes, and many of the industry's most prestigious honors, including the Kennedy Center Honors, the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Redford was celebrated for his unforgettable roles in Hollywood classics such as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, The Sting, 1973, All the President's Men, 1976, The Natural, 1984, and Out of Africa, 1985. Beyond acting, he made a name for himself as a visionary director with films like Ordinary People, 1980, which won 4 Oscars including Best Director and Best Picture, and Quiz Show, 1994, which received multiple Academy Award nominations. Yet perhaps his most enduring legacy was the founding of the Sundance Institute and the Sundance Film Festival, institutions that gave countless independent filmmakers a platform to tell their stories. Born Charles Robert Redford Jr. on August 18, 1936, in Santa Monica, California, he was raised in a modest household. His father, Charles, worked as an accountant for an oil company, while his mother, Martha, instilled in him a love for literature and art. Growing up, Redford excelled in athletics, playing football and tennis and competing in track. But despite his talents, his teenage years were marked by uncertainty and self-doubt. He later admitted that he struggled to hold jobs, getting fired from a supermarket and even from a position his father had arranged at Standard Oil. "I was a failure at everything I tried," he once confessed. His life changed dramatically at age 18 when his mother died of septicemia, a loss that devastated him. Soon after, he left the United States to travel through Europe, immersing himself in art and painting. He described those years as a period of discovery, one that awakened his passion for storytelling. Initially, he envisioned a future as a visual artist, sketching and painting, but eventually he found himself drawn toward performance. When he returned to the U.S., he studied at Pratt Institute and then trained in acting at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York. By 1959, he had made his Broadway debut in Tall Story, and just a few years later, he achieved stardom as Paul Bratter in Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, a role he later reprised in the 1967 film opposite Jane Fonda. From there, Redford became a dominant figure in cinema throughout the 1960s and 1970s. He solidified his reputation with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, where his partnership with Paul Newman became one of Hollywood's most beloved pairings. They reunited for The Sting, a massive hit that brought Redford his only Best Actor Oscar nomination. He also made a mark in political and socially charged films such as The Candidate, 1972, and All the President's Men, 1976, where he portrayed journalist Bob Woodward during the Watergate scandal. As his acting career flourished, Redford transitioned into directing. His debut feature, Ordinary People, astonished critics and audiences alike, sweeping the Academy Awards and demonstrating his gift for handling delicate, emotional storytelling. He continued to direct notable works throughout the 1990s, including A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt, Quiz Show, and The Horse Whisperer. His films often combined intimacy with grandeur, exploring human relationships against vast emotional or physical landscapes. Despite his professional success, Redford's personal life carried deep tragedies. He married his first wife, Lola Van Wagenen, in 1958, and they had 4 children. Their firstborn son, Scott, died as an infant in 1959, a loss that haunted Redford throughout his life. Their marriage ended in divorce in 1985. Later, in 2009, he married German-born artist Sibylle Sagers. He also endured the heartbreaking death of his son James in 2020, who passed away at 58 from liver cancer. Together with James, Redford co-founded the Redford Center, a nonprofit dedicated to promoting environmental awareness through film. Redford was deeply committed to environmental activism long before it became mainstream. He joined the Natural Resources Defense Council in 1975 and spent decades advocating for climate action. He often recalled a 1989 conference where scientists warned about global warming, an encounter that motivated him to dedicate his voice and resources to the cause. "That was my wake-up call," he once said. His advocacy brought him into conversations with world leaders, including Pope Francis, whom he met in 2019, admiring the pontiff's stance on climate change. Even as he aged, Redford's presence remained powerful. In the 1990s, he starred in hits like Indecent Proposal and Up Close and Personal. In later years, he surprised audiences by joining the Marvel Universe as Alexander Pierce in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. His collaborations with Jane Fonda continued into the 2010s with the Netflix film Our Souls at Night. In 2018, he announced his retirement from acting with The Old Man and the Gun, saying he wanted to leave on his own terms. However, he soon admitted that retirement might not be permanent, and indeed, he reappeared with a cameo in AMC's Dark Winds in 2025, showing his enduring love for storytelling. Outside of film, Redford will forever be tied to the Sundance Institute, which he founded in 1981. Sundance became the launch pad for a new generation of filmmakers who otherwise might have gone unheard. He described the festival as a way of competing for something greater than himself, making the world safe for artistic diversity. His commitment to independent voices changed the landscape of modern cinema, inspiring countless directors, writers, and actors. Redford's life was a mix of triumph and sorrow, but through it all, he remained steadfast in his belief in art, truth, and perseverance. He once said that acting allowed him to become an artist in a unique way, offering the freedom to embody different lives while honoring real people he had observed. His advice to his younger self summed up his philosophy: always seek the truth, even when it is elusive, and follow your instincts. Robert Redford leaves behind his wife Sibylle, his daughters Shauna and Amy, and 7 grandchildren. His loss marks the end of an era in Hollywood, but his influence will live on in the films he made, the festival he founded, and the countless artists he inspired. He was a movie star, a filmmaker, an activist, and a dreamer who believed in the power of storytelling to change lives. Above all, he was a man who embraced risk, valued exploration, and never stopped searching for meaning in art and in life. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.